Chapter 11. Author's note. I said, "Stop flamming, you preps. See if this chapter is stupid. It deals with really serious issues, especially for yourself if it's stupid. BRW, thanks to my friend Raven for helping me." "No!" I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me, shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out of the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me and he was taking a videotape of me. And Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. "Ew, you fucking perv, stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what?" I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. "Abracadabra!" he yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumblydore ran in. "Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has..." "No!" he shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand, and suddenly... Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." "What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student." "I may be a Hogwarts student," Hagrid paused angrily, "but I am also a Satanist." "This cannot be," Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. "There must be other factors." "You don't have any!" I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. "The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there." I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. "Why are you doing this?" Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. "Because you're gothic?" Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. "Because I love her!" Chapter 12. Author's note. Stop effaying, okay? Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address that issue. How do you know Snap isn't Christian? Plus Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? I was about to slit my wrists again with the silver knife that Draco had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. "No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire." He started to scream. "OMFG, no, my scar hurts." And then, ellipses, his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. "How did you know?" "I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt." "No," I ran up closer. "I thought you didn't have a scar anymore," I shouted. "I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation," he said back. "Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me!" Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Lots of ellipses. "Voldemort has him bondage!" Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office, now recovering from my slit wrists. Snap and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered because they were paedophiles, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with a lot of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera they took of me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. "Enoby, I need to tell you something," he said in a serious voice, giving me the roses. "Fuck off," I told him. "You know I fucking hate the colour pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you," I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. "No, Enoby," Hagrid said. "Those are not roses." "What? Are they goths too, you poser prep?" I asked, 'cause I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. "I saved your life," he yelled angrily. No, you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pee video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated. See, is that spelled wrong? To it, he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. Those aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords. Then he screamed, Patuitus Marengo mi cremici romacio. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute, especially for Raven. I love you, girl. Imo noto okayo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you. WTF is Draco! Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Enoby, Dumblydore said, watching the two of us, watching the flame, to see what's in the flames. Haha, you reviewers, flames, get it? You must find yourself first, Kay. I have found myself, okay, you mean old man? Hagrid yelled. The Dumblydore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back into his bed. You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini-dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joel Armstrong on them. I put my hair all around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. And I put on blood-red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You look quie, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Fangs, get it? You do too. I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both of my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi back, I said in a wooqually sade way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then, ellipses, we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Stop it now, you horny simpletons, shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker, I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco, I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream, RMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram for me and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Ellipses. Voldemort has him bondage. Special thanks to Raven, my gothic blood sister. WTF, you're supposed to writ this! Exclamation mark. Loads of wands. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater I? Chapter 13. Author's note. Raven, thanks for gelping me again. I'm sorry I took your poster of Gerard, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Perhaps stop flaming. Vampire and I run up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore! Dumblydore! We both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco! We shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't! We need to save Draco, we begged. No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco. Not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he frowned, looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco, he moaned. Author's note. Don't you think gay guys are like so hot? It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then, suddenly we were in Voldemort's lair. We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Allah Kedavra! It was, ellipses, Voldemort.